Hello guys, you are welcome to my channel. Today I'll be showing us how we can gain access into a remote system if this system has a vulnerability that has not been patched. And we need to understand that this video is for educational purpose. It's not to exploit or to harm any system or computer. So I'll be walking us through on how to go about it. And that is why it is very important to patch every vulnerability detected on our system before a black hacker exploit it. Now, let me walk us through. So I'll be using Kali Linux. So you open your terminal, your Kali Linux, open your Kali Linux. So I will open my terminal. So this is I'll be using Metasploitable machine for my remote system. So I'll be hacking through this Metasploitable machine. As we all know that Metasploitable machine is very vulnerable to a lot of vulnerabilities. So there are a lot of vulnerabilities in it because it was designed for security training. So I'll be hacking through the Metasploitable machine from my Linux machine. Now, open your Kali Linux and the terminal. My terminal is up. So what I need to do is I will need to search the vulnerability that is inside that machine. So I will need to scan through. We need to scan first. That is the first thing that we need to do. We need to scan through that machine, and as we can see, this machine is up and running. And what we need here is just the IP of the Metasploitable machine. So I will put the IP here. Alright, so this is how to the reason why I put this -sv here is to get the version and everything that is running on that Metasploitable machine. So if you don't understand this, I will drop a link so that you can watch through my video on Nmap. So once I click enter, it will scan through every vulnerability, every port that are open in that Metasploitable machine. So let's wait for it to open up. Alright guys, as you can see, there are a lot of things that are open here. So you can see port 21 open, port 22 open, port 1524 open, all through to port 8180 open. Now, what I'll be showing us here today is this port 5900, which is VNC. What is VNC? VNC simply means virtual network computing. So we can actually gain access using this VNC since this thing is open here. And what I need to do next, is to check the name of that vulnerability that is running on this VNC, that is running with VNC. So if I click my MSF console, so you let it open up. That is Metasploit. So we wait for it to open up. Alright guys, as you can see, once this Metasploit open up, we can see a lot of exploit, auxiliary, post, payloads, encoders, knobs, and evasion that we have inside of Metasploit. And this thing, they keep updating it time to time. Alright, so for our focus for today, we are going to be looking for auxiliary. So that is where we should see the VNC. So if I say search auxiliary, so search is part of the command that we can use inside Metasploit. So if I say search auxiliary, so wait for it to load it up. Alright guys, as you can see, our auxiliary is up. So we can see there is a wide range of auxiliary that loaded here. So we can see a lot of things, and all these things, majority of them can be used as a backdoor. So it work with a different machine. This one we can see WordPress, Wowza, we can see X11, SBMC, a whole lot of them. So but what we are interested about today is this auxiliary scanner. So to make it very easy for us, so what are we doing next is I will copy this auxiliary, this particular one. So I will copy it. So I want to search it again. So that we can get the one with VNC. So I will say search the one that we copy, then I will paste it here. So I will press enter. So as you can see, it's loading. So the one that we have interest in. So let me scroll up. We have a lot of them here. All right, so this is the one that we have interest in. This number 667, the auxiliary scanner VNC/VNC_login. And what we can see here, we can see it has VNC authentication scanner. So what I'm going to do here now, since we have this one that we are looking for, we already see the one that we are looking for. So I will copy the auxiliary. Then I will search it out here. I will say search. So I will paste that auxiliary. So once I paste it, then we can see the name, the disclosure date, the rank, the check, the description. Now, another thing that we have interest in is we can see that this thing is prone to this VNC authentication scanner. That's any remote system, any machine or network that has the VNC open. This particular VNC, it is prone to this VNC authentication scanner. Now, we are going to check a vulnerability that can work with this VNC authentication scanner. And how do we do that? So I'll be using my search exploit to search that vulnerability that can work with VNC authentication scanner. So I will open another tab in my terminal with Ctrl+Shift+T. So I will press Ctrl+Shift+T to open another terminal, another tab. So once I open it, so let me magnify it so that we can see it. So I just magnify it now. So I will click on search exploit, then the VNC authentication scanner, the one that we does detect. So once I click enter, I will click enter. So it will be looking for that vulnerability that can work with it. So as you can see, we have VNC 4.10 to VNC 4.1.1. So we can see that it has this type of vulnerability that can work with it. So that means we are getting to where we are getting there gradually. We are getting there. So as you can see, we are getting there. All right, so I will go back to my console, to my MSF console. So since we have it, and we can see an instruction here. It said we can use this module here. We can use this module. in case we want to have access to that remote system. Since that remote system is prone to it, he said we can use it. Now, what I'm going to be doing now is I will copy this. I will copy this use. I will copy this instruction that we have here. So I will copy it. So I will now clear my machine. So once I clear it, then I will paste that instruction here. So as you can see, immediately I paste the instruction and I click enter. So it loaded it up. So that module works, it exists. So the next thing that I'm going to be doing now is I will now impute the IP of the remote system. So if you say show, let me show you something. If I say show options, you can see now, we can see that the arrows is needed. These are the things that are needed for this process to be done. So we can see that arrows here is missing out. So there is rport and other things there. So, and it is required, as you can see, required. So the required is yes. That means it is very important. So what I'm going to be doing now, I will say set arrows with s arrows, then our metasploitable machine IP address. If you can see, remember, let me see running. So as you can see, our machine is running. So we have the IP here 32.130. So I will put 32.130 here. So I will press enter. As you can see, it is there now. So the next thing that I'm going to be doing, we are going to introduce a particular tool here. This tool is called Remina. Remina is a remote system client. It has the ability to open up an interface which will enable us to remote control that system from our end. So we need to install that. So I'm going to open another tab here so that I can install it. So I already have it installed. So I want to show us how to install it. So you write Remina with double M. So press enter. As you can see, I already have it. So this is it. I already have it. So if you don't have it, make sure you just click on Remina, then press enter. Then you select yes. So it will install it for you. Once you are done with the installation, so I will go back to my MSF console. What I'm going to do next now, I'm going to trigger the Remina. I'm going to trigger the Remina. I press enter. So you wait for it. You wait for it. You will dictate that there is another interface that is open here. And I told us that this Remina is a remote system client. It's like an interface which will enable us to remotely control our system, the system that we are hacking into. Now, what I'm going to be doing here, you are going to choose. You can see that it supports a lot of things, support RDP, VNC, SSH. But our concern today is VNC. So you select VNC, then you put the remote system IP here, 192. From my case, 192.168. My own is 32.130. So this is my own. Then you press enter. You press enter. Once you press enter, another page will open. Remina, which is our remote desktop client, it will open. As you can see, it's loading up the login page. And as you can see, the login page, the reason why this thing is prone to VNC is because the remote system did not change the default password. And the default password is just password. So you put the password here. Put the password. So that's it, the password, as you can see. So once I click enter, it will open up. And here we go. We are now inside our remote system, so I can do anything as I like here. So this is the same thing that we have. This is the same thing that we have in our Metasploitable machine. So if I come back to Metasploitable machine here, if I come back here, if I come back here and I say ls, so if I say, if I cd to that directory that we are currently, and I say ls, so as you can see, we have the same thing that is displaying. This same directory that we have here, that is what we have here too. So we now have access, we can create, we can do anything. I can say mkdir, then I will create the directory here, then press enter. So we can see, if I say ls now, we can see that that new directory has been created there, hacker. And if I go back to my machine that we just hacked through, if I say ls again, so we can see that there is a new directory called hacker there. So this is how to gain access through VNC. So, and I said the other time that this video is strictly for educational purpose. It's not to harm anyone or to do anything. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video. And if you are new here, make sure you click on subscribe button, like and comment. If you have any question, drop it in comment section. I will attend to everything. And you guys that are just coming back, so I welcome you once again. Thank you for coming back. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.